First one is ask. Well-planned, open-ended questions. Ask, ask, ask. Let them speak. Let them give you information. Second one is listen. Listen to what they're saying. Actively listen and store a lot of that information in your head because you'll use that later. It'll make sense in a little. The third one, which is one of my favorite ones, but also one of the hardest ones to do, is understand. Okay. This is the empathy part. So, quick question. How many of you here, by a show of hands, went vegan overnight?
¿Cuántos de aquí se hicieron veganos de un día a otro?
Any vegans their entire life here?
Que si alguien ha sido vegano toda su vida.
I didn't do this to call you out. I just wanted to show you that if you didn't raise your hand, if you didn't go vegan overnight, you used to eat animals. But if you did go vegan overnight, you still used to eat animals. So the understand part is understanding where the other person's coming from, putting ourselves back in their shoes. This is all about understanding where that person's coming from, because all of us here used to live that lifestyle. As much as we don't want to think about that and we want to try to be like, no, I was not vegan before. I mean, I used to hunt, I used to fish, so I definitely know that side of that lifestyle. So I can't come from a place of judgment. In order to make the conversation as effective as possible, we need to eliminate judgment. Most of the time, doing outreach, or when we've seen outreach conversations online of all the people yelling and activists battling, sadly there is this vegan versus non-vegan, I'm right, you're wrong, preachy entitled vegan versus innocent non-vegan mentality. There is this mentality that if we don't come from a place of understanding, that's going to really ruin the conversation, because when someone feels judged, they're not going to give you as much information, they're not going to be as receptive, they're not going to trust you as much, because they feel judged from that preachy entitled vegan. Once we eliminate this I'm right, you're wrong mentality, when we put ourselves back in their shoes, people kind of feel like, oh, okay, this person is normal, this person used to eat animals, because for some reason, people think that we're perfect, we've been vegan our whole life. Like, a lot of people were like, I just thought you were vegan forever. I was like, far from vegan forever. But once we eliminate this, once we give them some sort of validation that we used to eat animals, or we used to hunt, or we used to fish, then they're like, okay, cool. Now there's no judgment, now we talk. So a really easy way to do this is to get that judgment out of the way in the beginning, to create that understanding as close to the beginning as possible. So there is that awkward time when I ask, like, do you eat animals? And they're like, they feel really judged, or like, are you vegan? They're like, vegan, well, and they feel judged, because even having the word vegan in your Instagram bio, when someone reads it, they're like, they feel judged, because it's like, oh, are you more ethical than me? Yes, but they feel judged. We don't want to tell them that, oh, you're laughing at me, nice. We don't want to tell them that, so there's the time when I say, hey, don't worry, I'm not coming from a place of judgment. I totally understand, I used to eat animals.